James Hill, I'm about to answer your question. So you of all people better like this shit and share it with your friends. I'm just saying. So, James asked the question, what do you do? I just lost the question, where is it? James asked the question, what do you do when you're looking better in the mirror but the scale isn't really doing what you think it should? I want you guys to think about this question. So, what do you do? I'm gonna repeat it. What do you do? I just dropped something. When you look better and better in the mirror, and first of all, it's kind of a vague question. Does he mean day by day? Does he mean week by week, month by month, or year by year? But the scale isn't changing. And you could create like a different scenario for each, right? Say it's day by day. Say it's year by year. What if you're looking better year by year, but you're constantly at 180 pounds? 180 pounds in January 2010, 180 pounds in January 2011, 180 pounds January 2012. What would that mean? If you were actually looking better, not just in your perspective, but in everyone else's, I guess that would mean that you're more muscular or you're leaner, right? So you have a better lean body mass than before on a year-to-year basis. And that's just imagining you only weighed yourself January 1st of one year, January 1st the next year. That could mean so many different things. It could just mean like maybe you bulked up during the year and then you slimmed down at the end of the year, etc. And I mean, just imagine the different scenarios you have here, even on a day-to-day basis. Now, a lot of people say things like, you know, ignore the scale, it's about what you look in the mirror and all this stuff. And someone who does macros or has done a contest prep, which isn't the vast majority, obviously, would totally disagree. They'd say that the scale is a very important tool when it comes to getting shredded, when it comes to losing weight, and even controlling your bulk, controlling your muscle gaining so that your caloric intake isn't too excessive. And likewise, when you're cutting, so that your caloric deficit isn't too excessive, or isn't, you know, under, what the fuck am I saying? You know what I'm saying, right? Making sure that the caloric deficit isn't too low or too much, depending on their goals. So let's imagine it's a day-by-day basis, because in reality it probably is. You're probably weighing yourself on a day-to-day basis, and it's constantly at 160 pounds, let's just say, and you're looking better day by day. I mean, it can be because it's just a ton of different things. I mean, for example, I'm getting more tan day by day just because the sun's out more. I'm going around, you know, naked everywhere I go, and also because I've been doing some sun tanning in the tanning beds, because I got that shit for free, right? I'm looking better day by day in the mirror. But on the scale, it's pretty consistent, right? I'm like between 183 and 184 pounds every single day, but I'm looking better day by day. I mean, like, a lot of people, you just gotta look at your situation. You gotta look at the scenario. Look at what you're taking in. Look at what's going on in your life. If you're getting tanner and tanner by the day, then it's just cosmetic. You know what I mean? It could just be cosmetic. You just look better or something like that. You gotta remember what your goals are. So chances are you're probably trying to cut, right? I'm just guessing. You're either trying to cut or you're trying to bulk. Probably trying to cut. So you're trying to cut, you're at the same weight, but you look better day by day. You're wondering to yourself, am I gaining muscle, losing fat at the same time, and it's like equalizing? In a long-term basis, that could be, that's probably what happens to a lot of people. You know, it might be that they're maintaining, you know, roughly 180 pounds because they're at a very, very slight maintenance of calories, just above their maintenance, enough that they're building something, but not, you know, gaining fat significantly, so they're pretty much at the same weight. I mean, there's tons of different scenarios with this, guys. What would you say about this? It's a very vague question, obviously. What do you do, you know, when the scale ain't moving, but you're looking better day by day? Well, let's say you're trying to cut, right? You're trying to cut. Think about it. Are you in a delusion? Do you think you're just looking better day by day? What are you going by? What judges or what determines your success here, bro? Are you aiming for a certain body fat percentage? If that's so, then the only thing that should judge that is an actual body fat test, right? If all you want is that 4%, or 3% or 5 or 8% body fat, and you're aiming for it, well then, you know, let the hydrostatic body fat test or whatever kind of test you trust determine that, right? And determine whether it's a success or failure, or you're moving towards success or you're not moving towards success. If it's just to look better each and every day, and thus you're trying to cut to look better every single day, well then you might want to judge it in terms of what is success in that case. Success would be keeping as much muscle as possible and losing fat, thus losing weight. Okay, if that's success to you, of getting actually more cut, not just looking better somehow and not knowing why. Maybe it's the way you're looking at yourself. Maybe it's a delusion. Maybe it's just a tan. For example, in my case, I look better because of a tan. But if you're actually trying to get cut here, that tool, that scale, it's a freaking tool here, and you're going to be losing weight in the short term. You know, from day by day, week by week. You're going to be losing weight because it's not that quick that you're building that much muscle to replace the fat that you should be losing to actually be getting cut. And this is all considering that it's natural here. I don't know the world of unnatural, and crazy shit happens, trust me. I mean, remember what Kevin Levrone said, I bulked up to a show. In the natural world, shit like that doesn't happen, okay? You don't bulk up to you don't gain weight into a show. I mean, disregard peak week, but like, you don't gain significant amount of weight up to a show. It's just, that's not in the natural world, so totally disregard that. I know we're getting off topic here, but like, what would you say to this guy, guys? What would you say to him? I kind of want to know what you guys think, because that's kind of what I think. It's like, I'm kind of like misunderstanding. I'm like, you know, dude, you need to narrow this question down a little bit. What are you actually talking about here? Are you in delusion? Are you just getting tanner day by day? Do you just think you're looking better or more cut? Or is this actually something that's going on? Are you actually, you know, accurate here? Is this accurate judgment that you're looking better day by day? And what's your actual goals here? Do you actually want to get cut day by day? In that case, like I said, that scale is gonna have to go down, and the goals should be muscle retention and fat loss, thus weight loss. You will be losing weight. That scale should be going down slowly, 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 for you to actually continually get more and more cut, less body fat. That's pretty much it. And I'm obviously assuming a lot of things. Guys, let me know what you think. I don't want to keep you here much longer, guys. I probably sounded like a damn fool in certain parts of this video, and I'll agree, I probably do sound like a damn fool, because the question isn't very clear, right? So guys, when you ask someone this kind of question, realize that, you know? Realize that sometimes when you ask a question, if you don't get too specific, you won't get a very specific answer back. And guys, that's it. Thanks for this Q&A, bro. Hopefully I said something worth some sort of value. Everyone else, please like this shit, share this shit, even though this video probably didn't explain a damn thing. Peace! And quit being a little bitch!
Ogus cake!
Motherfucker!
So guys, this is kind of like a PS postscript right here. Quick little message. So obviously, say he did come back with a more specific question or whatever with his scenario and all this. He gave me all the numbers, etc. Be able to give him a much more specific answer based upon all the information he gave me, right? Nothing wrong with asking these kind of questions, somewhat vague questions, but maybe it would have helped to hear if he was bulking, if he was cutting, what his goals were, what he was aiming towards, that sort of thing, right? If you guys would like me to answer, say, questions that are extremely specific to one individual, let me know. Obviously, you don't see those too often here on this channel. You don't see me saying, guys, John is at 6% body fat. He's trying to get to 4% body fat. He's taking these macros. He has this lean body mass. This is how his body seems to work with carbs and with fats, etc. This is how he trains. See, in those kind of situations, you have extremely specific guidelines, so to speak, you know? I would have someone do this, this, and this. I tell a person this, this, and this based on all those specifics, right? But if it's something kind of vague like this, you can't really give someone those kind of specifics because It could be any sort of damn scenario. It could be any sort of scenario. Say someone isn't even counting macros whatsoever. Like, I mean, nothing at all. Doesn't even think about the word macro. Doesn't even portion control, that sort of thing. And he's maintaining the same weight. He's looking better per day. He thinks he's looking better per day. I mean, there's so many different scenarios here, right? You probably start that person off by saying, hey, bro, do you track macros? Are you doing this, this, this? You're not? Oh, okay, yeah, you should do that. You know what I mean? It's really specific based on what he's actually doing, what he's actually going for, what he knows, what he's capable of, and so on. There is a huge learning curve here. A huge learning curve when it comes to understanding nutrition, understanding the science behind bodybuilding, natural bodybuilding, etc. You know what I'm saying? So, no real lesson to the story. I just wanted to say, if you do want me to cover specifics, let me know in the future, because I get dozens, at least a dozen or 2 dozen messages per day of actual specifics from people. I try my best to reply to them, and of course, it's not really much help to. Well, it hasn't seemed like much help for me to put these extremely specific questions to specific people up here for everyone, because it wouldn't be able to help the average beginner, you know? I can't just have up someone's information and expect it to help some beginners who don't even know what a protein is, or doesn't even know what a macro is, that sort of thing. But if that's the kind of stuff you guys want to see, just let me know, okay? You know, I do like covering more advanced things like that. I mean, it excites me. It's just the fan base, the support for that kind of information is so small. So the take-home message, guys, would you like me to cover specifics? Yes or no? And if it's yes, you better fucking support my ass, because ain't no viewers for that shit. Peace. And that leaves me to an Ogus Lovato plug for our project we're working on. Even though he's in Peru, we're still working on this shit. For our project, our website project, we're calling it right now. This is why we're making this project, to help the specifics out. To help people specifically, individually, based on their, you know, their numbers, their specifics, all that sort of stuff. And it's going to help so many people. Stay tuned. Shit's going to be popping. And quit being a little bitch!
Ogus cake!
Yeah!